We've got both the captains in the centre. Finals it is, and it's time for the toss. We've got both the captains, Usman, and we've got Nasser. It's NCM Investment here on Kuwait, Swedish, alongside Ridwan Parkar. It's the finals of the KCC T10 Elite Ramadan Cup 2024 powered by Al Mazaini Exchange. Nasser is going to have the flip of the coin, and Usman will have the call. 100 and ship is what you got, guys. 100 is the call.
It's ship.
And ship it is. So NCM Investment have won the toss. What do you want to do, Nasser? So NCM Investment win the toss and decide to go for a bat first. See you with the live action of the finals right away.
So there we are. A very good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to this finals in the KCC T10 Ramadan Elite Cup 2024. As the Kuwait Swedish to take on the NCM Investment, and as you must have seen from the toss, it's the NCM Investment who won it, and a good decision to bat first. I've been joined in the comm box by my fellow colleague Harman Sani. Welcome. Good evening to you.
Thank you, Jason. A very warm welcome, everybody. Thanks for the intro, Jason. A final, and as the toss you said, it's a good decision, I would say. Putting a big score on the board. Can the NCM Investment do that with the fireworks of the playing 11? Let me quickly show you the playing 11 for the Kuwait Swedish. Usman Ghani, the captain and the wicketkeeper. Then we've got Adnan, Ali Zahir, Sanka Silva, Hit Kishore, left armour Ilyas, Ridmik Animish with the spin option. The top order Ravija, the man of the match of the semis. Then we've got Sujan Mia and Sumon with the pace option. And the left arm all-rounder Yasin Patel.
For the NCM Investment, you have the captain Nasser Hussain, Harun Shahid, Khaliq Anwar, Mohammad Farooq, Manjula Prasanna, Mohammad Shafiq, Mohammad Adnan, Nawaf Dadarkar, Nimesh Latif, Shahrukh Kudus, and the all-rounder Shiraz Khan.
And Jason, we've got both the openers there in the centre as well. It's going to be Nasser alongside Nawaf Dadarkar. Two fireworks, I would say, in the middle. Both of these batters are really explosive right from the word go. Nasser had a good game in the semis, so did Nawaf, gave them that start. Both the teams had a very dominant victory, both winning it over 60 runs margin in a game of T10 shows that it was a pretty one-sided affair, and both the best teams in this tournament. Kuwait Swedish unbeaten, and NCM Investment only that one loss against Al Rushidi, which was a rain-affected match. So tonight, you see the best of the best. What do you reckon? What do you think is your insight in this game?
I certainly believe that the toss will definitely go the NCM way. They would like to bat first, and it's a change that I see from the league stages. Usually Mohammad Farooq opens with Nawaf Dadarkar, but Nasser Hussain has promoted himself up the order, so it shows that they want to start right from the first ball itself in the power play, the first 3 overs, and as you said, dominating performance in the semis. Kuwait Swedish being unbeaten and NCM losing on that final delivery against Al Rashidi. It was a decision. Nasser Hussain was on strike for that one. He felt that the ball was dipping.
Well, yes, as you said, and I think it's a good decision because we've seen in the previous tournaments, in the finals, if you remember, even against Al Mullah Exchange, 30 runs were required from, I think 26 runs were required from 30 deliveries, and NCM Investment won that because they have that kind of bowling attack. Even in the game against Al Hajri, if you were commentating, I believe, it was Al Hajri were like 30 or 40 runs in the first 2 overs, and then came in those spin bowlers, Adnan, Manjula Prasanna, and they changed the game and won that match quite comfortably. So I believe it's a good decision to defend because they have the bowling. I think the bowlers with Khaliq Ansari, who's been the best bowler, will be taken against Ravija, Adnan, an excellent batting order, but again, their bowling is pretty good. So I'm sure if they can put up a big score, as you mentioned, power play is going to play a very, very big key role here. And Nasser and Nawaf can give them that big power play. Sumon has got the ball in hand. Here comes the ball number 1. Over to you, Jason, from here.
So Sumon against Nawaf Dadarkar, Nasser at the other end. Ball number 1. There he goes on the offside, straight towards point. Nawaf usually likes that area. If the ball is pitched outside off, he will go for it. And as you said, the NCM Investment, Harman, really have a good bowling attack. Khaliq Anwar, I remember, 5-wicket haul for him in that particular match. Took 6 wickets, completely bowled out the opposition. So he's going to be crucial on the surface. Let's see how it happens in the first innings here. That's a good one from Sumon. Keeping it full. No room, which is what Nawaf likes. They have a fielder in the deep though, at the deep square leg position. And there's one long on. So we can say he's coming right arm round the wicket to cut the angle. He's opened up the onside region for Nawaf.
Well, it's a good start here from Sumon. He's very precise on his line and length. And that could be the first runs on the board. Asanka with the throw. But a comfortable single gathered there. First runs on the board after the first 3 deliveries. And of course, you got to bowl well in the power play. That's going to be a very key factor here. And as you mentioned, Jason, it's not going to be an easy game. That's one thing for sure. You got to play your best game here tonight. Because it's the finals. Nothing matters beyond this. It's tonight. One mistake can cost you that cup. And I'm sure Nasir will be trying to go for the big shots. He's a very fearless batter, as you said. They've only lost 1 game. So they've had a pretty good tournament, but they're playing against the unbeaten side. That can't be forgotten. Here comes Sumon with the 4th delivery. And Nasir, he gets that thumped away for a biggie. First 6 of the night. And no time wasted. He faces his first ball. And he dispatches that for a maximum. A half a dozen to open his bank account here.
Slightly on the good length region. He was waiting on the back foot. There you see he's opened up Nasir, and there he goes up and over long on. There was no one in that position. We have the 2 fielders in the deep, one at deep point. The other, Yasin Patel, was earlier at long off, and now they've pushed back Ali Zahiruddin from mid on to long on. Straight away, field change. There's little margin of error. Now Adnan has been called inside the circle. They're pushing back deep mid wicket. So the line might be to bowl middle and off. But he goes on the offside. This is Nasir for you. 6 number 2. That hits Al-Muzaini. He is not going to stop. It's a big over this. 13 runs so far. As you said, Arman, he's on fire. Nasir Zain.
I think it's the captain's responsibility. And he's a big match winner. He likes to take the responsibility up his sleeves. And look at that strike. How good was that? There is a fielder now pushed back. A long off and a long on in position. Mid-wicket comes inside the circle. Well, a good change up here. Sumon needs to come back stronger. Final delivery of the over, number 1. 13 of it. That's better. He will take the single. He'll keep the strike. And that will be a good thing here for the NCM investment. 14 runs coming off that first over. Nasir getting 13 out of that. End of first over. What do you reckon? Quick match predictions. We're first over in the game. Who do you think is going to win?
I certainly believe NCM. Because it's always chasing is very difficult in T10. But still I'm confused because they have Kuwait Swedish, they have Rubija.
There's no margin of confusion. That's why I asked you for
I will tell you when we are, let's say around that 5th over mark.
Okay.
I can predict that time which team suddenly will have the upper hand. But so far, my heart says NCM.
And I think today, is there a change in bowling? Is it going to go with Ali Zahir now? It's going to be Ilyas to bowl the second over. And that's, I think, a good call as well. For a second, I thought they're going to go with Ali Zahir. That would have been a very suicidal take. Who's not bowled in the entire tournament. And then you give him the second over in the power play.
And that too up against Nasir, who likes spinners.
I think Nasir is the kind of player he likes to play every bowler. I haven't seen him struggle much. Yes, that swing sometimes puts him in little issues. We've seen Arun Raj troubling him quite a lot in a few games. But apart from that, I've seen he's a very, very good player. And also there is a left-hand, right-hand combination. So you know those field changes after every ball is something that the bowling side doesn't like. And this is where Nawaf, if he gets going, he's a very good, powerful hitter as well. So Ilyas against the left-hander, I think you'll be wanting him to stay in. With the right-hander, Ilyas can trouble the righty because of the angle that he bowls with.
And as you said, if you can get the ball to swing a little bit to Nasir, this will be good for Kuwait Swedish. Here we go, ball number 1. He bangs it short. Nasir has gone for it. That's 6. There was no one out there, so he's not waiting at all.
And look at the way how fearless. He's not got a helmet on. That was almost a bouncer. He pulls him away. He's such a fearless cricketer. I always feel for him with the way he bats. Look at that shot once again. I don't see many players hit that pull shot so well without the helmet.
And I wonder why he went with a short ball, Ilyas. I mean, he doesn't have a deep square leg. And he knows that Nasir could have played that well. Not the pace which Nasir would have been troubled.
I think the idea is to, get those top edges or mistimed shots and probably pop in the catching positions inside the circle. You have a wrapped field. So maybe that's the idea, Jason. Here comes the second delivery. And he goes again. How good a player. How good a player he is. Fourth six of the night already for him. He's on 25 for merely 5 deliveries. Is this what a captain is all about? I would say yes. What a shot.
What a brilliant shot that was. Oh, pitched slightly from Ilyas. The ball going away with the angle. And there was no long off at all. Nasser going for it. And he goes mighty long. The pressure now on Kuwait Swedish. It's a wonderful start to the finals. 12 runs in 2 deliveries. Where is this one going to go? Let's have a look at the field. To Nasser, they have that long off. There's Adnan Idris at long off. And they have a deep mid-wicket. He's got to be careful with his line. Ilyas Ahmed is the 6 number 3 here. He goes wide. The pressure is ticking. Big over once again, Arman. 13 runs.
Of course, Jason, I think every bowler, if you just come into the attack and you've been hit for 2 sixes back to back, pressure does sink on you. And as a champion bowler, you have to come back stronger. He's a very good bowler. He's also a part of the segment of the national men's side. He's a left armer. Can use the crease quite along that wide line end. That's well bowled. That was a better line. He'll get that quick single. But it's also a no ball signal there. Shahid Raja with the signal of a no ball. It's like rubbing salt on the wounds already. A free hit opportunity to player like Nawaf. What do you say? Nasser and Nawaf. The duo is doing the job here. Let's have a look at the replay there.
Oh, that's a big one.
Normal. Big no ball, this one.
And this is what Ilyas Ahmed, he has some issues with that front foot. Whenever he's under pressure, he bowls certainly those no ball deliveries. But nonetheless, Nawaf will be on strike for this one.
I think, Jason, that's what happens is, as a bowler, when you've been hit for 2 sixes and it's a big game, so you feel those pressure moments. That's we all make errors, and I believe he's a very good bowler. And I've had quite several chats with him as well before the games. And I told him that, it's okay. Bowlers are to be hit, but then you're also going to come back stronger. That's the kind of line. That was a better delivery. A free hit. It goes on of waste here for NCM investment. Nawaf. Well, I think the good thing here is Nasser is playing that fearless cricket, and Nawaf can just hold his wicket, try to get those 4s and 6s, not lose a wicket here because you don't want to put pressure on yourself. But then Nasser is doing something that an opening batter should do in a game of T10. So this is really good cricket there from Nasser. As a captain, I think he wants to win the tournaments. He's very hungry for the cups. And I've seen a very different NCM investment. 2 or 3 cups is what they've won already. They look like a new team. Some new players have come in, especially the addition of Adnan, the promotion of Manjula Prasan with the bat in hand. Things have worked well. Farooq comes in. You've got Shafiq. And then you've got Shiraz. So it's a very strong and a dominant side.
It's a champion side, no doubt, the NCM investment. But the question is, how long will Nawaf hold on? He's 1 of 4 deliveries. Oh, he doesn't wait too much. That's 6. Brilliantly done. Lofted cover drive. That goes on mighty. Ilyas has given that one away. It's a big over. There's 21 runs in just 4 deliveries. Have a look at it. Overpitched. Nawaf going for it. Timing behind that shot. So this will give him the momentum he requires. He's 7 of 5, and I look to see more from him.
Don't you feel like this over should be given to Yasin? Because we've seen Yasin bowl in the power play all throughout the tournament. Because he has that kind of control with the arm. If you see, he's not been gone very expensive. 12, under 15 is okay. But this is a very big over. The momentum is just shifting towards the NCM right away. We're just under 1.4 overs, 35 already on the board. Still 1.2 overs of power play. Here comes the 5th delivery. Oh, that was a wide-ish delivery. And it is signalled as a wide from Shahid Raja. Pressure here on the bowler.
This over doesn't seem to end. It's 3 extras already. A wide, a no ball, and then once again a wide here. So good question there. Is Yasin going to come in next? And I think he should. Yasin and Rhythmik and Nimesh, the 2 bowlers for Usman to go to. They can also bring in Adnan Idris if things are not going in their favour. But before this over has to end. He plays it on the onside. There's no one in the deep. That's a boundary. 40 runs on the board. 26 runs off the over. Ilyas Ahmed is being punished. Oh my, we said that the power play needs to go big, but it's already big. He shuffled across, got in line of the ball, and then he was aware there's no one back in the deep mid-wicket region, and plays that very well. So a delivery to go here. The Kuwait Swedish camp is silent. They now have a deep point in place. Long on is called back inside the circle. Long off, beg your pardon.
That's a good stop there from Ravija. He's a good fielder. And I believe Ravija, a lot of eyes will be on him when he comes out to bat. I'm sure the NCM has got a good momentum here. 2 overs 41, and Yasin Patel has been given the ball in hand for the over number 3. Final over of the power play. Still 8 overs. I believe they will be looking to put up a score of 120, 130 plus. Because even with that score, you know, if one side can chase that down, it's going to be quite Swedish, because they have the fireworks of Adnan, Usman, Ravija. Yasin is batting really well. You've got Hit, you've got Ali Zahir, Asanka Silva. Proper 7 batters.
They bat deep, no doubt, Kuwait. But I believe 140, 150. If NCM managed to get that in 10 overs, that's going to be a big one to chase.
Big sure. And especially in a game of final where the games of nerves will be tested. And also NCM has a very good bowling unit with Khalik, Manjula Prasan, Adnan. You've got Shahrukh. You've got Shafiq. Shiraz can bowl. 6 bowlers option.
And this is what the captain always likes. Many options to go to. If one doesn't go your way, you can always back up with another. So 140 and then a quick wicket to come back and defend. That will really be it for the NCM. But meanwhile, let's have a look for the final over of the power play. Yasin against the left-hander Nawaf. Nasser at the other end. He'll be happy to see those 4s and 6s from Nawaf. Coming with the arm ball. There goes Nawaf. Long on. Is there. Adnan has taken that catch. So wicket straight away. Harman said he wanted to see Yasin Patel, and for this very reason, he's broken the partnership here. Nawaf has to make his way back.
As I said, he should have been given the over number 2. He's one of the best bowlers that Kuwait has. The left armer has got the control. If you ask him to pitch 6 deliveries, out of the 6, probably 5 of them he will pitch it on the arrow. So he's that kind of a bowler. And he comes into the attack and strikes of the very first delivery. Nawaf departs, but I think he's done the damage. Good thing is he's done his part in a game of T10. And now comes in Manjula Prasan, another left-hander. So they're going with the combination of left and right. But a big wicket. Adnan again. He's a very safe fielder. What do you say on that?
Very safe indeed. And it was an easy one for him to take. Not much with the pace. I think the timing from Nawaf was a bit off. It was certainly under the bat. Could have gone a little bit wider of Adnan. But nonetheless, Manjula Prasanna, so left hand, right hand combination, as Harman rightly said, is certainly a factor for the NCM. They do have good left hander, there's Adnan as well, to come in if Manjula gets out. Pardon, he's the right hander, Adnan. Nimish Latif, yes, I just forgot about him. So left hand, maybe if Nasser gets out, there's Mohammad Farooq or Shiraz to come in.
I think they'll go with Farooq because he's got that similar kind of a temperament, or maybe Shiraz as well. Both are aggressive batters. Here comes Yasin with the second delivery, and Manjula wanting to go for the big shot. You got to be tested by this bowler, so you got to be very careful of not losing another wicket here. Yasin is not an easy customer to play with. Here comes the third delivery. Slightly short, another dot ball. This is a good over. Over number 3, final over of power play. Discipline there.
This will build the pressure on Manjula. They do have a deep square leg. But he's darting those deliveries outside off. Shovels across, does not pierce the gap. So Manjula is facing the pressure. 3 dot deliveries. 4 dot, no run so far of this over. Yasin is doing his job very well indeed for Usman.
Oh, that's a good shot. That was in the arc, as they say. And he has put that away for a maximum. A welcome 6 coming in. You can't bowl at that length. You got to test him with your pace and spin. This was under the bat and probably out of the park as well. Look at that shot once again. Free flow swing. Jason That was turning out to be a very good over. Just that 1-6 coming in. Can he finish it off with another dot ball or so?
If he bowls that in the arrow, as you said, 5 deliveries, he'll pitch it in the arrow. The one going off, and the previous occasion it was one. Let's see where this one is dotted in. Left arm over the wicket. Short. He's lucky, but he's played that. That's going to be a boundary. Manjula Prasanth does this job. Faced 4 deliveries, but he had the confidence, and Yasin gifted him those 2 poor deliveries. So end of over number 3. It's 51 for the loss of a wicket, but before that, Avid looked short, and he played it wide. Could have gone better.
Short pitch delivery. Anything on the leg side in the power play makes things difficult, and that's what Manjula did. Did get tested for the first 3, but after that, he said enough is enough. Let me take the charge now. 10 runs coming off that over previously. A very good power play, I would say. 51 on the board for the loss of 1 wicket. Nasir looking good, 26 from 6. Adnan Idris, another leg spinner who's been called into the attack. He's a wicket-taking bowler. I've seen him come in the attack, and he has been striking wickets. And have you seen an interesting fact about him? When the left-hander comes in, he goes in with the off-spin. His action changes. Everything changes there. And for the right-hander, he goes with that leg spin option.
So he will entice Nasir Hussain with those flighted options. And Nasir certainly plays those inside-out shots very well. So let's see what happens here. Whether this one is pitched. That's going to be called as a wide. Quicker from Adnan.
That was a very good delivery. Quicker one, but just sliding down the leg side. Had he got it on the stump line, could have been a very good one.
The call was for 2, but the ball going straight to Ilyas. And both these batters are very good between the wickets. They run hard. They always push for that second if it's available. And they're going to keep the fielders on the tenterhooks here. So now he's going to be bowling in those off spinners. Quick discussion between Adnan and Manjula.
Now Adnan will be seen with the off spin. His action changes, but his line doesn't get affected. That's one of the good things. Not easy. That's a good strike there. Will they look for the second? Looks like Manjula wants the second. He's good runner between the wickets. Excellent one. The return was not very good. And they gather the couple. Adnan not really happy with the field. He wanted the fielder to come in better.
There is the youngster who came in, but just not enough for Manjula. Came quickly for that second one. Quicker this time from Adnan. But it's towards long off. So far, so good. As long as he doesn't concede a boundary or a 6, it's going to be good for Kuwait Swedish. But Nasir will certainly have his eye on, and every time the strike is rotated, the fielders move. 3 men on the onside for Nasir. Long on, cow corner, and deep mid wicket. He goes towards the youngster. Should be taken. Oh, that's dropped. It's a big one. Head Kishore. The youngster has let that one go away. Nasir given alive. Adnan cannot believe it. It was done in short. He did give it a dive. Was it required? Was it not? Should have done a little bit better on that one.
I think there was no need to go for the dive. That was under the throat if he would have just ran in a bit. But that is where the youngsters make the mistake. Try to go for those glory catches. That's a good strike there on the leg side. Will be a single. Rhythmika Nimish there in the deep to cut those off. And I think you could have had Ravija back in the deep, and that's what they're doing now. Ravija goes in the deep. Hit comes inside the circle. I think that's a good call. You don't want to have those tough chances to be dropped. Ravija is a very gun fielder. We've seen him do the axe, dives around. He's an excellent, and he's a seasoned campaigner. That's where the maturity also does the factor on that, Jason.
Maturity and experience. Head Kishore certainly was under pressure. It was a big wicket. But brilliant over this from Adnan. Just 7 runs when all the others went for more than 10. End of over number 4. 58 really it is for the loss of a wicket.
He's
for
not
NCM.
really happy. I can see that on his face. He's disappointed because he did a good job. He potentially had the wicket of Nasir, and he knows how costly this could be in the later stages of the game. And you can see the disappointment as he walks off towards his fielding position. But a 7-run over, it's an excellent one, where every bowler was going for some thrashing. Yasin and now Adnan have brought things back. 4 overs, 58 for 1. Another leg spinner, another off left armer. Ridmika Nimish, orthodox spinner, comes into the attack. Jason, what is your call on him? Another wicket-taking bowler, got a hat-trick in this tournament as well.
And I was lucky to be in that match commentating. So
Manjula on strike. Here comes the first delivery. And Manjula, he's picked it up. Brilliant strike. The fine leg could just be a mere spectator. That was cracking.
wonderfully done, Manjula. So he likes the left armers on. He's taken the earlier one. Have a look at this one. Oh, that's pitched outside leg. He was asking for trouble. The fine leg was inside the circle. And Manjula, the good thing that he's scoring the strike rate of more than 200 is 18 of 9.
You got to credit the NCM camp for sending him in at 1 and number 3, number 4. This could be a chance here. Ilyas is there. Oh, tough one. Another drop opportunity. This time it was a tough one. It goes away for a 4. Nothing going in the favour of Kuwait Swedish here tonight.
It was a poor one. Yes, nothing is going in their favour. A full toss, any better. He did play it. Ilyas ran for it. A difficult take, but should have prevented that boundary. And there you see fielding change straight away. They've got an Yasin Patel now at the deep mid-wicket region. They have Ilyas come inside the circle. So the fielders are not supporting the bowlers. And this is what is worrying the captain, Usman Ghani. 2 chances.
This is what happens, Jason. When you go for the attack from the word go, bowlers, fielders, everybody comes under pressure. And this is what the NCM investment is capitalizing on. Won the toss, decided that they want to go for a bat first. So far, they'll be more than happy with the way the things are going on. 67 for 1. And also, you got to credit NCM investment. If you see Manjula, at some occasion, used to come at number 6, number 7, number 8. They promoted him. And now, they've picked up a very good batter at number 2, number 3. He's an excellent batter. Comes in at 2 down, 3 down. And he bats well. He's won them very precious games.
And this is where the caliber of a batter. He's floating around. And he's very happy to be in whichever position he's been sent in. And that's a wide from Nimish. We've not seen Nasir firing in from a long time. He's 28 of 9. The first 2 overs belonged to him. But now he's got to show his performance here. The bowlers have been doing it well. The left armers, Yasin Patel to the right-handers and Nasir now. Nonetheless, 11 runs of the over. 2 more deliveries to come by. Where do we see a wicket-taking delivery? Is it going to come in from Ridmika Nimesh? He is a brilliant bowler. We all know that. Left arm over the wicket. That's gone. That's a 6. It was pitched in the zone. The ball going into the batter. And he played it with the angle and with the spin as well. Manjula Prasanna, you beauty. 29 of 12 deliveries. Arman.
Well, I'm lost out of words there. To be very honest with the way this batter is batting. He's taken an onslaught in the zone and he's dispatched it a few yards back into the practice pitches. This time played with soft hands. Will take the single. Halfway stage into the game. 76 for the loss of 1 here. What do you reckon? 150 on the charts.
For sure, the way they've played with 9 wickets in hand, with Shiraz to come in, with Mohammad Farooq, with Nimish, I think they should get 150 easily. As the batting summary tells you, Nasir started off very well, 29 of 10, and Manjula has come in really well here, 30 of 13, and Nawab did his job, 12 of 8. Look at the batters to come, Mohammad Adnan, Harun Shahid, Shahrukh Kudus,
Shiraz. You've got Nimish, Farooq. Plenty. And there the bowling summary. 27 runs of Ilyas is over. Is that going to be a very expensive call there? Nothing going towards the favour of the bowlers. Adnan is none for 7 in his first and has been called in to bowl his second over of the night. 76 for 1 in 5 overs. Over number 6 coming over. Jason, what a score is this? It's a big score. Big score.
Exactly what we had predicted before the start of the match when NCM won the toss. They were going to go bang on, and they did. And Manjula here is trying. Did try on that occasion. Couldn't quite play it wide of Yasin, who's there in the deep. And what good thing about the Kuwait Swedish is they've been good with the time so far. Seen 5 overs being bowled without wasting any further time in those field changes instead of going for boundary then sixes. But this is the attack now. Nasir against. Oh, up in the air. This should be taken. Usman has called for it. And he's taken this one. So Het Kishore, the drop catch, does not prove out to be very costly. He just adds 2 more runs, Nasir, to the scoreboard. He departs. It's going to be a big wicket. 77 for the loss of 2 now. The partnership is finally been outdone.
Well, he didn't get the connection there. Was half-tracked. And Nasir goes looking for that big shot again. Didn't get it from the middle of the bat. Was on the top part where the sticker is. And Usman took a very good catch there. Was in the air for a very long time. He had called for it. Adnan wanted it as well. And Shiraz walks out at number 4. Another good batter. And he looks very confident walking out. He's a big man. Shiraz Khan.
I say it's a good call to send Shiraz. They would like to keep Mohammad Farooq. He has the temperament we spoke about. So if a wicket falls from here, Shiraz will be replaced by Mohammad Farooq for sure.
And I think this is what the quality of Adnan is. We've seen him do this job quite often. He's a wicket-taking bowler. Should have got the wicket in the previous over as well. But the good thing is not a big damage done from Nasir apart from that drop catch. 77 for the loss of 2 in 5.2 overs of play. Let's see, can Shiraz also continue the momentum here? He started off well. Here comes the third delivery. Off the back foot, he will get the single there. Gets off the mark of the very first delivery. Adnan bowling well, showing his experience. He's been very calm in his bowling setup as well. If you see, he's not seeked in any pressure or anything that has troubled him or bothered him. He's playing with a very cool character.
Now I certainly feel that wicket might have dented the chance of getting to 150. Just a bit. We'll wait and see how Shiraz goes about his business. But right now it's Manjula on strike. It's only going to be singles. They don't want to take a risk against Adnan. Nasir did try to take a risk and we saw what the result was.
And I think it's a good call as well. You can manage to keep this as a silent over and then, attack one bowler because they know might come up with 1 over of Ilyas, and Ilyas under pressure can be taken again ahead. So maybe they could keep he's cleaned him up. What a delivery was that, a ripper.
And look at the celebration. Look at the celebration. Look at the intent with which Adnan took that one. He knows that he wanted the wicket. He knows the importance of the finals. When the catch was dropped, you could see his reaction. Shiraz, a lot of expectations on him. Doesn't quite live through in the finals. He's 1 of 2. And it's a surprise. Nimish has been sent in. Mohammad Farooq will wait. He went back too deep. Trying to play it late. Was outdone by the bowler Adnan Idris. So Nimish, now 2 left-handers are going to be on strike. Mohammad Farooq has been held back. Now this certainly, Arman has dented the 150 run mark.
What a good over this has been so far. 3 runs and 2 wickets coming off it. Adnan has been the best batter and the best all-rounder in this tournament as well. And he's doing that mentions a full justice. Comes in with the bat, comes in with the ball, and he's taken 2 big wickets. First Nasir and now Shiraz. Nimish Latif is the new batter. Coming in at number 5. 79 for the loss of 3 wickets in 5.5 overs of play here. 2 for 10 in his 1.5 overs. Kuwait Swedish. Are they making a comeback into this game? At one stage, NCM investment was soaring in. They were going for the big shots flawlessly. But this over, as you mentioned, has dented things here. Nimish Latif, left-hand batter, in at number 5. Final delivery of the over. And he places that beautifully through covers. Will only get a single, 4 runs plus 2 wickets. An excellent over comes to an end for Adnan. At the end of 6 overs, 79 for the loss of 3. 4 overs remaining in the box office now. Jason, What do you think? 120, 130 at least?
They need to get 130 now, at least 50 in the next 4 overs. There's 1 over of Nimish. There's another over from Yasin Patel. Sumon is going to get 1. Ilyas is coming in now. Is this going to be a good call from Usman? We know he went for 27 runs, but still Usman has kept the hope in him.
I think it's a good thing because you've generally got Nimish in as a new batter. Manjula is the batter who has been batting, but again, he needs the support. And if Ilyas can strike a wicket, this can be a decent over. You can't keep Ilyas for the death overs, especially with the way the onslaught will go in with Farooq to come in, Adnan. They're 2 big hitters. Haroon can swing the bat well. So I think it's a good call here from Usman to finish off the over of Ilyas because he has to have him 1 over. Doesn't have another bowling option, does he?
Just a thought, wouldn't Ali Zaharuddin would have been a better option against these 2 left-handers with those off spinners, which will certainly go away from the left-handers? Probably. I feel that.
Well, if it will go away if he bowls the googlies.
Yes.
Bowling those googlies is never an easy option. If you see Adnan against left-handers, he bowls an off spinner. He doesn't go for the googly because googly is an art in itself. So that's something. And leg spinners sometimes get very predictable. So, if it's not pitched in the right area, they will go for the big shots. So I think that's one thing why the pace option is a better one. What I feel personally, being a leg spinner myself.
So let's see what happens here. Ilyas Ahmed's got to forget that 27 run over. It was all about Nasir. But here he comes. Ball number 1 for him in the second over. And straight away, Nimish is gone. Not quite connected that. It's gone to Asanka in the deep. It's only going to be a 1. So you will see that the intent is there to take Ilyas on. He's going to just maintain his line and length. And now he has 5 fielders outside the 30-yard circle to cover for him. The current run rate 13.14. Manjula 32 of 15. He's set. He needs to take the attack on. He's got to step up now. Pretty much required. The NCM cannot score nothing less than 110. He's gone on the onside. Brilliant shot. Connected with the timing. This is what happens. Ilyas has given the pace.
He's played that with the pace. Anything on the leg side. You can't be bowling in that area, especially to a batter who's set. Someone like Manjula. And look at that swing. I love the way he's got the swing. It's like a golfer's swing. If you played golf, you would imagine that how good a swing was that. Cleared the distance pretty easily. And the onslaught goes in. It's a good thing that Manjula is on strike. He's got to take on Ilyas. Ilyas under tremendous pressure here. He's expensive. None for 34 in 1.2 overs. Adnan, you can see him having a word with the bowler. And I think here, you got to back the bowler. It's okay. He's been hit. But you got to get another 4 deliveries for him. And the right thing is to support him. Can't blame him. Just support him. Got to put in the positive intent that you can come back. And that's a good delivery. And I think here, he just need to take a breather on. Just take a calm, deep breath. And then come in for the over.
So it reminds me of the conversation of Yuzvendra Chahal with MS Dhoni. He said that he was hit for 3 sixes against South Africa where Klaasen was taking him on. And then what he said was, Mahendra Singh Dhoni told him, okay, it's fine. What is going to happen? You're going to hit for another 6. Just make sure you bowl the remaining 3 deliveries well. And this is what Ilyas is going to think about. 3 deliveries only to finish his over well.
Oh,
Nimish gets a boundary.
That's beautifully carved here. There's nothing going right for Ilyas tonight. Another boundary joins the scoreboard. Takes them to 92 for 3. Yes, the way they are batting, they're looking towards 140 at least because they know they need that score. Because Kuwait Swedish are going to go all out. They're going to go for the big shots. With the way Ravija batted in the semis, I'm sure he's going to have that form back of his mind. Adnan is a good hitter. Ali has to step in. You've got Usman, Yasin. And I'm sure these all batters are going to be aggressive from the very first ball. But here Manjula is showing that he's a true class final winner. He's a match winner. He's a big match player. And Nimish joins him as well. Takes that single. Good over so far here for the NCM investment. 12 off it, Jason. Final 2 deliveries.
40 runs in a spell. Ilyas Ahmed, the bowler. He's going to have a forgetful finals here, Usman. It's not going things the way Kuwait Swedish would have liked. Manjula on strike for the final delivery. It's going to make it a big one. They're 93 for the loss of 3 wickets. We said 120, 130, 140 was initially what they wanted. A quick conversation during the toss with Nasir Hussain. He's played that well. It's only going to be a run. He's going to keep strike. Manjula, end of over number 7 here. It's 94 for the loss of 3 wickets. It looks like they are set on the course to get 130. 3 overs, 1 from Sumon, 1 from Yasin Patel.
And 1 from Ridhmika Nimish. And Yasin Patel comes in for the over number 8. So probably the over number 9, they'll go with Ridhmika Nimish, and then the final over with Sumon Mohammed. So John Mia was one option they could have gone with. The left-arm baseman, he's in the playing 11. They could have given an over to him. He did have an option there.
That's why I was a bit surprised why Elias was brought in. Yes, he went for runs, and always as a bowler, when you're going for runs, it's back of your head. It's very difficult to forget that. And he just bowled those deliveries to these batters who are hungry for runs in the finals. Manjula is on the course to get his half century. It will be a big one for him and his side. So 40 of 18 deliveries. Yasin Patel was hammered for a 6 and a 4. And Manjula played him in that 3rd over. Let's see what happens here. Ball number 1. That's an appeal. It's not been given, though. Was it sliding down the leg side or one?
That was a very close call there. Yasin tipping the ball well. Dot delivery coming in here. This over is going to be a very key one. 1 for 10 in his 1.1. Again, that leg side opted. Sumon should be able to cut that off. Quick single. Single won't be a big harm here. If you can keep anything less than 10 or 12, he will take that as a bowler.
He was led away with that one. Manjula is disappointed in himself. Could have played that a bit finer to get the middle of the bat. The fine leg was inside. Nonetheless, they get a 1 now. Nimish, he's going to go big. 7 of 4 deliveries. And there he goes. Oh, well done by Elias. Certainly saved a run for his side. It's always great to watch Nimish when it's T20 cricket. He's that kind of a batter. He likes to take his time on those 1s and 2s, and then once he's set, he does go for those big shots. A proper cricketing batter.
Very technically sound as a batter.
Very sound, as you said, yes. In T10 cricket, certainly might come a little bit short. Nonetheless, he runs hard for the first one. It's only going to be a 1 though.
Can't go against Ali Zahir. He's one of the better fielders. Has a very good throw. Can't take chances here. But this is a silent over here. Just the 3 runs, including the leg bye. Silent over this one for the batting unit. Is Nimish going to punish him for the final 2? Oh, the arm ball. He's put that away on the leg side. Asanka will cut it off. Another single there on the offer. Beautiful over this one. Just 1 more delivery coming in.
It's got to keep that one tight as well. From the perspective of Kuwait Swedish, they would like to have a similar over for the next one. It's going to be probably Nimish Ridhmika to bowl that one in. But all eyes on Manjula now. He's going to get a boundary here. Pretty much required. They're at 98 for the loss of 3 wickets. Oh, he's gone. Brilliant it is. Right underneath the bat. A maximum. A good way to finish off that over number 8. It was silent before that. And the NCM investment have crossed the 100-run mark. They're 104. And Manjula is on 47. Have a look at it. Shuffled across. As you said, a golf shot.
Swing, as they say. What a good strike was that. You can see Adnan is not really happy there. Nothing seems to be working here for Kuwait Swedish. 104 for the loss of 3 in 8 overs. And you got to credit Manjula. 47 from 22. His template was on from the word go. He was such a good batter from the very first delivery. And a big match player, if you remember. 26 for 6 were NCM investment against Al Mulla Exchange in the finals, and Manjula and Farooq stitched up a partnership where Manjula was the man of the match because his defining knock of 50 plus was the game-changing moment.
Brilliant, Arman. And as you said, from a year of watching him, in this NCM side. He's been coming at number 7, number 8. The side has shown the confidence. They backed him in those crucial situations, and he's repaid that one, the faith, whatever was kept by the management, and he's performing in the big ticket matches, in the finals against Al Mulla, and right now here against Kuwait Swedish.
Slower delivery there from Sumon. Kept it a little away from that 6 stump line. It's a dot delivery to start the over, number 9. Final 11 deliveries to play for. They will be eyeing another 20-30 runs at least from here to finish off. 130 plus on the scoreboard. This can be a good score on the board here.
It's gone wider. Nimish will only get a 1. The call is for 2 though. They're on the first one. The throw will be in. Oh, that's poor. It is way away. And it was easy for Nimish to come back for the second. Apologies from the fielder in the deep.
I think this is what happens. I think I still would have sent in Farouk ahead of Nimish Latif. But maybe they saw those 2-3 wickets falling in early. They wanted someone to stick to the wicket. And I think it's a good thing that he didn't lose his wicket here. But now he is also going to go for the attack here. He has to swing the bat. It's another dot ball here. Sumon bowling in the right hand. Going towards that block hole. How well does he bowl in those areas?
The temperament, when you mention Mohammad Farooq and Shiraz and Nasir, beg your pardon, the temperament here from Nimish is there, but he's not been able to connect well. And certainly Mohammad Farooq would have been a better option ahead of Nimish. But he's gone for this one. Is it going to go certainly away from the long off fielder? Does well Ali Zahiruddin, keeping it inside. It's only going to be 2. A crucial over this. Only 4 runs have come out of it so far. But we've seen quiet overs be hammered. Just like in the previous one, it was 5 good deliveries. And then a 6 came through from Manjula Prasanna. Very tidy with the time as well, Usman. It's got only 1 over to finish after these 2 deliveries. Sumon here. Nimish gets that away. It's in the gap though, away from that fielder. 1 bounce. Let's wait for the confirmation though. Looks like it is on a bounce. No, that's been given as a maximum. So as we said, some quiet overs, some quiet deliveries, and then a 6 or either a 4 spoils it all. He had that away, slightly around the good length region. He backed himself and it went over the line. He knows that Sumon would have loved to keep it full, but it happens. He's going to bowl that final one in. 10 runs off the over. They wanted this 10 run to come in. 114 is it? The overall score for the NCM.
Oh, Yorker Land, he's played that so well. He squeezed it out. Is this running towards the fence? It goes for a boundary. Ending the over well here, the NCM investment. 14 runs off that over. 118 for 3 in 9 overs. Look at that. Yorker length. He's plucked that away. The wristy work comes in favour. And what a end to the over. There you can see the dugout of NCM. Look at that support. Both the teams have a fair amount of support here. But NCM, they've been dominating. Adnan, Ravija, they will be getting ready. They know that it's a big game. They have to strike from the very first ball.
And there's a bowling summary for you. Adnan Idris impressing everyone. 2 wickets for 11 runs in his 2 overs. Yasin Patel doing it fairly well. 1 wicket for 19 in his 2. Ilyas 3 expands 41 and 2. Sumon though 28 in his 2 overs. And Nimish was going to bowl the final over of this first innings. Has given away 18 runs in that first over. Oh, there's a surprise for us. There's Ali Zahiruddin who's been handed the ball. Is it a good decision from Usman? We spoke about him bowling against the 2 left-handers 2 overs ago. And here he is, Ali Zahiruddin, for that final over of the first innings. To Manjula, who's on 47 of 22. He's 3 runs away from getting his well-deserved half-century. And starts off with a wide. Not a good way to start, Herman.
I think it's a surprise for me as well to bring in a spinner for the final over. Especially against Manjula, who's on 47. Here comes the first delivery again. He brings it on, he turns it away, but it's been put away for a biggie. It's a half century there for Manjula Prasan. A big match player gets his half century of 23 deliveries. Take a bow. His youngster has proven how good a player he is.
He shuffled on the offside, got in the line, and he played it with the spin. He's got to be careful, Ali Zahiruddin. He will look to give it away, bowl it away from the left-handers, not quite give it in. They have three fielders on the onside. Long on. There's a deep mid-wicket and a deep square leg for Manjula.
They're 125 on the board. Here comes Ali. Goes in with a quicker delivery. There is a fielder. He's a mere spectator. Two back-to-back sixes. 131 on the board. Is this going to cost Kuwait Swedish? Handing on the over to Ali. They did have Sujan. They had Rhythmika Nimish.
A surprising call from Usman. Saw him advancing down the ground. Ducked in short, but Manjula went for the kill. There's nothing to hold back for. It's the final over of the first innings. Pressure on Ali. He walks down the ground again. That's going to be a boundary. That's a no ball even. It's making things worse for the Kuwait Swedish. Usman cannot believe it. They're touching 140. They're in the reach of 150 as well. It's a free hit. And it's Manjula on strike. Could you believe that? 18 runs and just 2 legal deliveries bowled. The field cannot change. It's going to be the same.
Oh, this is damage. This is damage on the wounds. Salt has been rubbed like Salt Bay. Another 6 there. And Manjula, he goes on to 69 for merely 26 deliveries. Jason, again on the leg side. The golfer's strike comes in play. 140 is up on the board. 3 more legal deliveries to go in here.
Proving his worth once again in the finals. Manjula Prasanna for the NCM. There you see 69 of 26, 4 fours, 7 sixes. The strike rate of 265 in this finals of the KCC T10, the Ramadan Elite Cup. Ali Zahiruddin giving that flight up in the air. The fielder Adnan is called for it. He will take it.
Oh, he's dropped it.
Oh, I've never seen Adnan dropping those catches, but the pressure was on him. It went up high in the air for a long period of time.
Well, the brave is always supported by the Almighty. And the brave here is Manjula. They want him to bat. There's still more 2 deliveries to go in. 143 on the board. 25 of this over. Can Nimish also join the act? Here comes Ali. And Nimish also trying to advance and go for the big shot. Doesn't quite get the connection. Will only be a single. Rhythmika Nimish cuts it off. Manjula Prasan to face the final delivery of the over. 26 runs coming off the final over. Number 10. 144 on the board. A 6 gets to 150, which we predicted almost at the halfway stage. And I'm sure Manjula wants to do that. He's 70 from 27. Here comes the final delivery.
Another 6. He's eyeing that one. He disconnect. That's up in 0-1 Nimish. That's 6. Oh my goodness. The momentum is now with the NCM going back in the dugout. Ali Zahiruddin has given away 32 runs. Could you believe that? Over number 10 Arman. A decision from Usman Ghani. Costly it is. It jumped up in the air, but could not take it.
Slightly in the circle. A few yards inside of the boundary line. Should have been at the edge of the boundary. And Manjula, top scorer, 76 not out from 28. Nasir, 29 from 11. 24 not out from 13 is Nimish Latif. 10 overs, 150 for 3 on the board.
Adnan Idris with the ball in hand. 2 wickets for 11 runs in his 2 overs. Yasin, 1 for 19 in his 2. Sumon, 28. And Ilyas Ahmed, 41 in his 2 overs. What a brilliant first innings this is. Let's see the action coming in. Mind you, Kuwait Swedish do have the batters. Ravija. There's going to be Adnan Idris. It all depends on these 2 batters. The opening pair. And then we have the captain Usman Ghani to follow up with Yasin Patel. Let's see. We take a short break. When we are back, we see the action from Kuwait Swedish. Once again, a very good evening and welcome back to this run chase. A brilliant first innings from the NCM. They scored 150. It's going to be a big ask for the Kuwait Swedish to get 151. The two batters are making their way out. Ravija and we have Adnan Idris, who's going to be on fire. It's going to be the pressure situation in this run chase. It's not going to be easy. Let's see what happens. Who's going to bowl the first over? It's going to be given to the spinner here. Nasir. Is this a good decision to get spinners on in that first over inside the power play? The field restrictions are on. I'd love to see Shahrukh Kudus for that first one instead. There's also Shafiq. So they do have the bowlers in. So Shahid Haroon has been given the ball in hand in that first over. It's going to be Ravija on strike. Adnan Idris at the non-strikers end. The umpires are ready. The fielders have taken their position. There's Nawaf Dadarkar on point. Mohammad Farooq at the extra cover region inside the circle. There's Manjul at backward point. Khalik, the short third man region. Shahrukh Kudus at fine leg. Two men in the deep. Shiraz on the long off region. Arman, welcome back once again. What do you reckon this run chase is going to go? Which way? Kuwait Swedish or NCM?
Thank you. I think the momentum is surely with the NCM investment, chasing 150 plus in the finals against a quality bowling unit that the NCM has. Not going to be an easy task, but yes, nothing is impossible. Can't write off Kuwait Swedish as well. But yes, Ravija and Adnan will have to go for the big shots right from the word go. Probably under pressure as well from the very first delivery. Haroon Shahid, experienced seasoned campaigner with the ball in hand. Here comes the ball, number one. And Ravija goes with that big swing. Adnan in the deep to cut it off. Quick single there. First runs on the board. Adnan on strike.
This is going to be interesting. Adnan Idris against Haroon Shahid. He would love to go inside out. Doesn't matter. He does possess a lot of power.
Haroon and Adnan are together from the under 16 days, if I remember. Under 15 days. Used to play for Future Stars Cricket Academy. Ever since then, they've been playing cricket together. Been part of the under 19 Kuwait side, 16 national side. So both might be knowing each other quite well. What do you reckon on that, Jason?
Oh, that's a brilliant memory and a good insight to this. So I'm aware of this.
It's because I've played together with them.
That's where it came from. So Adnan against Haroon Shahid. Haroon Shahid being the impressive man for the Kuwait national side as well.
He's a very cheeky character, Haroon. You can't write him off. He might just strike here. And look at that. First wicket down. The big one. Haroon Shahid showing his experience. Didn't I say he might just know a little too tricks about Adnan? Got him off the back foot. Wicket number one with only run on the board. And the big player. It's Adnan who departs.
It's a big wicket. The pressure was there in this run chase. And Adnan falls for it. Haroon Shahid gets the better of Adnan Idris. Have a look at that one. He shuffled initially on the offside. And then was caught in that region. Nawaf would have been under pressure. But he takes it nonetheless. Look at the celebration from the others around. They know the importance of this wicket. And they can see victory coming in. It's too soon though to predict that. They're slight ahead of the Kuwait Swedish. So in comes Ali Zahiruddin.
Didn't I say that, Jason, you will be under pressure from the very first delivery? That is what happens when a big score is on the board. And you got to give full marks to Nasir to take the call of going for a bat first. And then Manjula. What a knock was that? Fireworks all around. Looks like he just plays for the finals. He's such a good player. He's a big match player. Whenever the team is in problems, just call in Manjula Prasan and he delivers. He delivers big. One of the best things about him. Ali Zahid, the new man in. And he goes for the big shot. Has he got enough on the bat?
The fielder's there. That's been taken. 2-2 for Haroon Shahid. Manjula Prasanna, we spoke about him with the bat. Everyone is running towards him. He judged that one brilliantly. The timing of that jump and as well as the awareness that he was to be inside the boundary line and the pressure on Kuwait Swedish. They've lost two good batters and NCM are seeing victory. Ali Zairuddin is not quite instrumental tonight in the finals. He departs for a golden duck. And Manjula takes that catch. Harun is on a hat-trick. Flighted. Could have got that one better. Once again, the timing. He jumps. He makes sure that he's inside, Arman. Everyone applauds the effort.
That was a fine take. You know, nothing goes wrong when you're performing so well. Even when he comes on to bowl, I can predict he might take a wicket or two. Because it's his day. It's the way he is. You know, he's coming with a lot of confidence. I'm sure when you bat so well, that the confidence goes skyrocket. And Harun is on a hat-trick in the finals. We've seen one hat-trick before from the other end. It was Kuwait Swedish bowler Ridmika Nimish who got the hat-trick against Ceylon Elite. Can Harun be the second one? And a hat-trick on the finals feels special.
We've seen in fact two hat-tricks, one in the Elite, the other in the Challengers League. Hamish Sharif from Ceylon Elite Cricket Club. The Challengers, he's two got a wicket. A hat-trick, 4 wickets in fact for him. Oh, was close. Usman Ghani get something for that one. So this is a brilliant first over. Just a run and 2 wickets to his name. It's not done yet. And the NCM are beating the Kuwait Swedish when it comes to that first over. Advances down the ground. He misses, but there's someone inside the circle. There's the cap Nimish, in fact. So quite over this. Only 2 runs coming out of it and 2 wickets to call for it as well. Brilliant this from the perspective of the NCM investment. The Kuwait Swedish or depend on Ravija and Usman.
Well, 2 runs and 2 wickets down. Mind you, it's not a football match. It's a cricket game here. Kuwait Swedish under pressure. Chasing 151 to win here. Khalik Ansari, who's been the best bowler of the tournament, has been given the over number 2. Something special about the left arm spinners, I feel. Sometimes even I wish, why can't I bowl a left armer? How good a bowler are they? Harun Shahid giving them the kind of start. Khalik has been the pick of the bowlers. Has an excellent arm ball. He's a very hard-working cricketer. And now Usman will be challenged here. Here comes the first delivery of the over number 2. And Usman taking that big stride, hitting that away.
The Manjula going for it, but it was just quite away from him. So they do get a boundary, a good start to the over. Usman has to play a captain's innings here. Just like Nasir did for the NCM investment, was there right underneath the bat. And sometimes this is what happens when you're chasing such a big score. You've got to connect on most of those deliveries. You've got to take your chances. They cannot afford to have 6 or 7 run over. And especially in the finals here. The offside region is guarded. Oh, that's a wicket. Khalik Anwar comes in with the arm. That's an arm ball. Khalik Anwar strikes. Usman Ghani departs. Kuwait Swedish are crumbling under pressure. 3 wickets down. Adnan Idris is back in the dugout. Ali Zairuddin as well. And now Usman Ghani. The left arm spinners, Arman, the ones that you love, are doing the job here for the NCM investment.
Well, Kuwait Swedish are packing themselves like a flash of cards. Like a deck of cards gets tumbled here. The batting order, the top order goes. Not a very good shot, I'm sorry, but going off the back foot. You knew the angle was coming in, and Khalik with the arm ball strikes. As I mentioned, something special about the left armers. I personally like them. Even in the international circuit, I really enjoy watching those left arm spinners. Call it from Ravinder Jadeja, Imad Wasim, Rachin Ravindra, you name them, and those left armers are always at the top.
So brilliantly done, the left armers. Khalik Anwar is on sky high right now. He's been the best bowler of the season in this Elite Cup.
Yasin Patel walks out. He's had a very good tournament with the bat and ball. But here the equation is different. 6 runs on the board, 3 wickets down, chasing 150 in a game of T10, mind you. Things not looking good.
Too much to ask for. He's gone up in the air again. A fielder trying to get underneath it. That's not going to be it for Adnan on that occasion. 1 bounce, is it? Yes. So he does get a boundary. Good way to start again. But Usman as well had a good one. Beginning of the over, but then fell apart. His ball way outside off from Kelly Kanwar, but still, since there was no one back in the deep, there's one man right now. So they've pushed back long mid on to long on. I think they have a deep mid wicket.
Good call to send the fielders back. You know, Yasin likes to play that. Oh, that's just over. Harun over point. He's got to chase that down. He's going to go for the sprint. Oh, excellent effort there. What an effort was that from Harun. Applauds there from Jason, yeah. He keeps his phone down quickly and applauds.
As you like to see this, and especially that he's a player in the national side, showing his performance in the big ticket final.
Saving runs, even though they've 150 on the board, but every run matters.
I was about to say that, Arman. The effort, the dedication to win this doesn't matter.
It's like a beast, a complete transformation of the NCM investment. Some big players joining in the time. Harun comes in, Shiraz, Farooq, Adnan. Adnan has been the find for them. He used to play for the Challengers Cup for the Toyota TGS side, picked up here. And he's been that genuine match winner.
A good one to finish this over from Kali Kanwar. 11 runs came out of it, but then a big wicket of Usman Ghani. 2 overs done, 12 it is for the loss of 3 wickets for Kuwait Swedish. Ravija only getting 1 of 1. He's not been having those opportunities there. Let's see what happens. He's going to be on strike for over number 3. And look at the required 117.38 to get a big one. And Harun will continue.
Yes, Jason. Momentum has totally shifted towards NCM investment ever after that first 8 to 10 overs. Nothing worked for the bowlers of Kuwait Swedish. Manjula Prasan gave them the hardest time of their lives. And now Harun Shahid came in with the ball. First got the big wicket of Adnan, and then the very next ball, another blended take from Manjula. 2 in 2. Harun on for his second over. 2 for 2 in his first. Here comes the first delivery of the over number 3. Ravija off the back foot. Is he going to go for the single? Shafiq has to go for the throw. Could have gone at the bowler's end. Could have been a tight one. Quick single there.
There's 2 overs from Shafiq as well, and he does certainly bowl with a lot of pace, line and length. So once the power play is done, hopefully he will come in. So it's not going to be easy for the Kuwait Swedish to chase this target down. They've been right under pressure in the first over itself. All depends. One of them needs to go for those big shots. It's not going to be a 6 or 7 run over from here on. 17.38 before the start of the over, the required run rate. It's only going to get up higher if they don't match it. And this is where the NCM will have the upper hand. He does go, but not quite indeed. Shiraz is chasing it. And away from him, that's a boundary though to Yasin Patel. And you will see this in the power play. Not too many fielders outside the 30-yard circle.
Yes, for sure. He has to take for the big shots. You got to try and close in the game. Maybe do something similar to what the NCM investment did, is go for the big overs. Somewhere that you can get around 15 to 20 runs. If you get 2 or 3 of them, you might just bring in that momentum, that sigh of relief for yourselves. It's not going to be an easy task, yes, but you got to try. And Yasin goes inside out this time. That was flawless hitting. 1 bounce. In for a boundary. What a strike was that from Yasin. Showing what a big match player he is. 21 on the board for the loss of 3 wickets.
All that NCM need, yes, he did go on the onside, trying to give himself the additional room he required, and up and over the inner circle, advancing down the ground this time. Oh, Nasir, has he missed it? There certainly was an opportunity. He was a long way down the ground. Yasin Patel. That's a dot delivery. Have a look at that angle. Where did it pitch? Oh, could not take that cleanly. Certainly would have been a big wicket and a much required one. A boundary comes in. Brilliantly done from Yasin Patel. This will help, but still the dugout is pretty much silent. They know 17 runs and over. Not going to be easy. Once the power play is over, it's a real challenge. But 3 boundaries nonetheless. Sloppy from Arun. Flying it down the leg side. Easy it is for Yasin Patel on that occasion. But nevertheless, 15 runs only so far of his spell. And 15 it will be at the end of 2 overs for him. So overall, the power play is done. It belongs to the NCM investment. There were only 25 runs for Kuwait Swedish and they've got the much required 3 wickets. The batting summary. A lot of expectations was there from Adnan Idris. Goes for a golden duck. So is Ali Zairuddin. Usman Ghani also getting a bound and then foldering away. Yasin Patel though 18 of 9 and Ravija 2 of 2.
They do have a few batters in the workout. Ridmika Nimish, you've got Asanka Silva, Hit Kishore, Ilyas. 4 batters are there. But 126 from 42. How often do we have to see that? Andre Russell might come and might do the job.
Or a Rinku Singh.
Or a Rinku Singh, yes.
We've seen KKR going berserk tonight against Delhi Capitals. Have blown them away. So we've got to see someone here. It's going to be Andre Russell in the form of Ravija and Rinku Singh in the form of Yasin Patel.
I think the only way if Kuwait Swedish wants to chase this down is not think about the later ones. Just think over by over. If you can manage to get 15 every over, just try to build that 15 to 20. Convert the singles into doubles if you can. If you can't go... So these kind of shots are just going to get you a single. But if you play with the soft hands, you might convert the single into double. And that is exactly what you need here. There's nothing needed at this moment. All you need to do is think over by over. It's not an easy task. But again, you still have the batting.
And from the NCM perspective, they've got to get 2 good overs in the remaining 7. And if they are able to get or stop less than 10 runs in over, which means that they have the upper hand, it's all about Kuwait Swedish then.
And then the big hurdle is those 4 overs from Shafiq and Shahrukh. Those are not easy bowlers to play. That's a dot ball, yeah. Khalik Ansari. He changes that variation of pace. He's so smart cricketer. He knows where to pitch in that line and length, Jason.
Look at that required on it. Touching 19 now. Another dot. This is precious. Dot deliveries are like gold. Yasin Patel will certainly be under pressure. He certainly is under pressure from the moment he's arrived on the crease. And the pressure has just been mounting in on these 2 batters. The bowling has been brilliant. He goes. This time it's big. That's 6 up and over the bowler's head. The cameraman will feel himself that he's lucky. They needed something to come in. Still a quiet over. 7 runs only. With 2 more deliveries left.
That went in like an arrow. Straight. Over the side screen. Cameraman lucky enough to just duck away.
Slightly overpitched from Khalik Anwar on that occasion.
And I think here they need another 2 sixes from here. If they can make this over as a 19-run over, and then every over just keep on challenging themselves to get those required run rate, they can close in that game pretty close. Here comes Khalik. Bangs it in short. That's been beautifully hit and to planet orbit. Half a dozen. Deep fine leg in position. Can see that sail over. Plenty of distance covered there.
Sloppy from Khalik. There's no reason to go short. And Yasin just wanted that one in. It was in the arc. He swings across. And he gets it mighty up and over that fielder.
They've got the 13 runs here. Jason, 1 more delivery to spare. 1 more 6 if they can bring it in. They have that 19 of this over at least. Here comes the final delivery. Oh, he's going for the appeal. He's going for the appeal there. And not out, says the umpire. End of over. 4 overs done and dusted. 38 for the loss of 3. 13 runs coming off that over. 1 for 23 in his 2 overs is what Khalik Ansari ends with. 6 overs remaining now. And the chase is still on. 112 required to win in the final 42 deliveries. Adnan been given the over here. Plenty of options for the captain there. Another good bowler being handed on. Makes life easy for the captain when you have so many good options.
Absolutely. And then he's sticking on to those spinners. Probably from the other end, we'll see Nimish coming in. Hopefully. So Adnan and Nimish to bowl in tandem. And then you have Shahrukh Kudus and Shafiq to finish in those remaining overs. Nevertheless, let's see what happens here. Ravija is only 3 of 3. He's got to get some in. He does have the power, but he's been kept silent. He's not had the opportunities. Not that he's silent, but this is going to be the over that Ravija needs to put his mark on. Oh, he doesn't. It's only a 1 for him. He's not been clicking in the finals here. And this is what the worry is for the Kuwait Swedish. Runs need to come from both the ends, not just from Yasin Patel. The required run rate now touching towards 20. It's all about the NCM bowlers. It's the match for them to lose. They've got to keep in those line and length. Let the batters do the job and take the risk on. I missed the Manjula. Yes, I've just been floored away about his batting. It slept that Manjula also can come in. And they might as well finish this match. Not having Shahrukh and Shafiq bowl, just stick on to the spinners.
Well, they'll have to give 1-1 over a piece at least. Else Shahrukh would be like, I have not come here only for fielding. I know him very well. Well, this is good over from Adnan. He's showing his experience. He's a very young cricketer, but a very seasoned one. Who's been the find for me, if you call him, coming in from those emerging league, Challengers League, and then playing in elite and performing. Was the best bowler in his debut tournament. That's a biggie. That's a biggie. A maximum there, but do you see that the cheers are not there, the applause are not there because they know that the ask is still so far. Even those sixes, and the ground is so silent because the NCM investment have toppled here. They're all over the Kuwait Swedish side.
Certainly. There's no cheer at all. Even the camp of Kuwait is pretty much silent. Because Yasin Patel is certainly going for those big shots, but they know they're not getting those 15, 16 runs in over, which is the ask right now. An odd 6 or 2 is helping them to get to that 10 run, but every over they're shot by 7 runs, which ultimately adds on to the next over, to the next over. And then the ask is just getting out of hand. They only get a 1 there, straight to Manjula. It's at the deep mid-wicket region. Ravija once again back on strike. The remaining 2 deliveries need to go for a 6. They need 2 sixes in those 2 deliveries. That's the only way they're going to get to that required run of 20. It's a lot of pressure here on Ravija. It's all to go on the long off region. It's only going to be on a bounce. They have a good fielder down, Shiraz Khan. They can see a victory. The celebrations have started already, I believe, for the NCM investment. The supporters are pretty much happy. They've been joined here, a large crowd. Not just the elite division, but also the team from the B division is here. Looks like another victory for them in the finals. A good over this. The required run rate is just getting out of hand. It's touched 20.5 now. End of over number 5. And it is going to be Shahrukh Kudus who's been given the ball in hand. The batting summary comes up. It's only Yasin Patel who's going for those big shots. He's 38 of 18. 5 overs done. And only 49 for the Kuwait Swedish to have. The bowling summary, well done Harun Shahid, 2 wickets, 15 runs, 2 overs. Kali Khan for 1 wicket for 23 in his 2. Mohammad Adnan gave away 11 and Shahrukh Kudus is there to bowl his first over.
Well, halfway stage done and dusted, 102 from 30 now. Has to be the fastest century being done by these partners. Ravija and Yasin have to go for every ball from here. Asking rate touching around 20 in over. Almost 20 plus. Shahrukh Kudus, as I said, has to be given 1 over. You've also got Shafiq. You've got 1 over for Manjula as well. He deserves 1 over.
He certainly does. And if he can get a wicket or two for himself, that would be cherry on the cake for him tonight. A brilliant performance from him from the bat, and he's been the difference between the two sides. Here comes Shahrukh. Quick indeed. It's only going to be a one, and NCM would allow Kuwait Swedish to take that one. You never want to see a one-sided final. We always expect it to be a close contest between both these teams. And Kuwait Swedish,
I think
how bad it will feel Harman being unbeaten.
Out of the 4 or 5 finals that we've commentated together, 2 or 3 have gone towards the super overs or the final ball finishes. You want something like that, but here, yes, you always feel bad, but it's also the same scenario which happened with Team India in the World Cup, and that's why they say that you should lose one match in the group stage in order to come back from that situation, in order to learn from your mistakes. You've been unbeaten, you've not made any mistakes, and you were not prepared here. And that is what sometimes gets carried away. He's edged it fine. That goes away like a tracer bullet. It's also a no ball, I reckon. It's a no ball signal there from Shahid Raja. He's overstepped there, the bowler, Shahrukh Khan Kudus. So a free hit here for Ravija. The no ball came in right away from Shahid and Ridwan, the 2 umpires for this game. Experienced umpires. Created a lot of games. And you can't change the field. And you saw Farooq coming in at shot third man, which is not allowed. But can they move the third man? Because I've seen third man shifting also. Is that allowed?
If I know by the rules, they would not have to change the field, but I think they can just adjust themselves in, disguising the umpires. Nonetheless, the no ball does not cost anything from that free hit. And as long as they don't get those 6s and 4s, it's going to be NCM throughout till the 10th over. And as you said, you're going to lose one match at least in the league stages, which the NCM did lose one. They lost a couple, I believe. But in the end, they have performed when it matters the most. In the semi-finals, a dominating performance. And here again, in the finals, they've been just up and over the opposition. Kuwait Swedish, how bad does it feel to be dominating in the league stage, and then when it mattered in the finals, they came way short with the bowling lineup?
I think also a few of the decisions which were made in the middle were something that changed the scenario of this game. Like second over going with Ilyas, maybe should have just gone with Yasin Patel. And then a few of the final over, which costed them around 32, I reckon.
32.
So, if that 32 didn't come off that final over, somewhere around 10 had come in. You reduce 20 from the total. So 130 is still an approachable target.
And it's also the momentum with which they went back in the dugout after that first innings. Momentum is what
and also
gave it away.
You had glum faces because you know that, the score is like any other sport. You know, like that halfway state that you've given away a lot. You've given more than you should had. And that is somewhere in the back of the mind. That showed in the batting as well. You came under pressure from the very first review. Okay, if there was 120, 130, you could have taken those first 3 overs a little lightly. You didn't have to go for the big shots. Would just get the boundaries in, get 10 to 12, and then, accelerate slowly and eventually with one bowler that you pick. And that's what NCM did. They picked up their bowlers so well. They saw Adnan was bowling well. They sent in Nimish, go block him. Don't lose your wicket, just stitch a partnership. And then they picked up those bowlers significantly.
Certainly a good observation there from your side. And as we said, just the question I have, Adnan, when he bats first, he's a different batter altogether. And when he comes down to chase, he's always under pressure and he gives his wicket away. I've seen that in most of those matches that I've commentated on. No doubt he's a brilliant batter, has a lot of caliber. And then the pressure handling situation.
And that is what happens is if you've seen in the graph of this tournament, Kuwait Swedish batting first has been the most of their criteria, or even if they've not chased a very big total. They've chased again Al-Rashidi. No, Al-Rashidi, they batted first. They defended most of their totals. So that is where it happens, and then they didn't have the experience of chasing it down. And that somewhere Even if you saw, they started the campaign against Al Hajri, posted 170 plus. As you said, Adnan was the top scorer there. Batting first, they were different. And of course, when you're chasing down, you got to be thinking over by over. You got to prize your wicket sometimes.
And this is where the caliber of Virat Kohli, that we highly rate him, because it's not easy chasing, and he's been the master in chases. Nonetheless, it's Mohammad Shafiq with the ball in hand. So the pace introduced from both the ends. He's coming in from the garden end to Ravija, with there's like some pace on the bat. It's going to be over number 7 here for the NCM investment. Kuwait Swedish have been stopped for those runs. They're getting less than 10 runs in over. It's a matter of the final 4 to finish things out. There we see Mohammad Shafiq with that pace. Bangs that one on the good length region. Nasir has missed it. And it's going to be only a run in the form of a byes.
Doesn't matter, those singles and doubles are not going to trouble these bowlers at all. Asking rate over 21 now. Every over getting 24 is, how difficult does that get from here? How often have we seen that? Jason, what do you reckon?
I have never seen that any time. 24.
Every
runs,
over against
every
quality bowling lineup of the NCM investment. And full marks to the batting display that they showed. Every batter, and I think it was also the captain's approach. He took on the aggressiveness, well backed by his batters. That's a good shot, but straight towards the fielder. He takes it right under his throat. The big wicket that was needed has come in. 59 for 4. Yasin, after playing an excellent knock of 40 from 21, departs. It's just a matter of formality now for the NCM investment to bowl out those overs. They know the ask is more than enough.
Happy faces in the camp of the NCM, just like this one. He did get something out of it, but straight towards Adnan in the deep, who would not let go of those opportunities. Gets his man, and it's a wicket in the end to lose. The Kuwait Swedish will have a Sangha Silver. It's a difficult scenario, and it's just about formalities, as you said. Ravija is 11 of 11. Not quite we would have expected in this run chase. We know how different a batter is when they bat first. But when it mattered for the Kuwait Swedish, Adnan Idris and Ravija Sandaruwan just falling short.
Jason, I've observed that the NCM investment like to defend, because their bowlers have the belief in themselves that, we will defend it. I remember commentating for that Al Mullah Exchange finale. No one would have thought in their world, 6 wickets in hand, 26 required from 30 deliveries, and NCM wins it from there. There was a true display, and every wicket was cheered and backed from their dugout. Every bowler, every fielder. There was a youngster, Adnan, bowling against a quality batter like Parvinder, Nitin Saldana, and they just outcastled them. Dot deliveries. Where do you see 26 required from 30 odd deliveries and the batting side losing with 6 wickets in hand?
That tells you the caliber and the temperament of the bowlers of NCM. That's flicked on the onside. That's going to be a certain boundary. Doesn't matter at all. The NCM will just like to give a couple of more away if they want. And it's all about to finish those pending deliveries. You can see Nasir Hussain is contented. He doesn't have to worry. Ravija using his wrist to perfection.
But I'm sure they'll also be thinking of winning it by a big margin to show the dominance that they have done in this finals. That is something they will be having in the back of their mind, the NCM investment side. They have been flawless with their approach, haven't they? Here comes Shafiq. He's just getting a single. There's nothing working with his favour. He's a good batter, but tonight under pressure, things are not easy. Shafiq, Shahrukh, Adnan, Manjula Prasan. Name them and you've got 7 to 8 bowling options. Shiraz is yet to come in with the ball. He's a good quality leg spinner. Part of the national side.
And what a good headache to have for Nasir Hussain, the captain, But also speaking of the team of NCM investment. But by the way, here that's a boundary for Asanga Silva. That's given as a leg by, so it's a boundary nonetheless for NCM. When it comes to T10 cricket, there's no Diju Xaviers, who's been one of their formidable batters. Nonetheless, 7 overs done here, 69 for the loss of 4 wickets. The required run rate 27. It's just a mere formality. 3 overs here. Shahrukh Kudus will continue and finish off his spell.
A very one-sided finals here. First the semi-finals, both of them were one-sided. Now the finals also turning out to be one-sided. You got to feel for Kuwait Swedish, there's no doubt about it. Kept the winning momentum coming in, but then just when it was needed, they failed to sparkle with the bat in hand. Shahrukh on to his second over, none for 9 in his first. Ravija will be on strike. Final 3 overs, 18 legal deliveries to bowl here. And then it's going to be the end of this game. NCM Investment will have another cup in their cabinet. Is he going to hit that in the gap? Looks like the fielders are closing in. Oh, they collide with each other. Khalik and Shiraz. Has Shiraz hurt himself there? Luckily, no signs of injury there. These collisions are very bad, let me tell you, Jason.
Lucky for Shiraz, there's nothing out for him. He's okay, so is Khalik Anwar. And Ravija, 18 or 14. Shahrukh Kudus trying to get cheeky. He does get up in the air. Should be gone. Oh, that's dropped. This is Manjula. He is a brilliant fielder in the deep. But this one, I would say, a little bit difficult, Arman. Going backwards.
Yes, running backwards. It was swirling as well. Not an easy one. But he got his hands to it. I think the momentum of falling down, he's just missed out on it. You expect him to take those catches because he's got that caliber. Is when you have those expectations more from such fielders. Well, they take a double there. Here comes Shahrukh. And Ravija places that well. There is a fielder in the deep, Nawaf Dadarkar. He's also had some good cameos in this tournament for his side. Coming in at the top. Left-hander, very stylish attacking batter. Muscle man, I call him. Got big biceps.
Certainly bigger than mine. And yours probably as well.
Mine as well.
Nawaf Dadarkar. The man from the land of Maharashtra.
Call it the land of opportunities.
Quite over this 5 runs in 3. And it's only a run again for Asanga Silva. The NCM Investment just want to finish these overs as quickly as possible. They want to celebrate hard. Everyone in the dugout is up on their feet. The supporters are coming in. They've been having a close look.
And a good gift before Eid for the management by their team. Another trophy in the cabinet. It's like we used to see Al Mulla Exchange with that habit of winning back-to-back cups. But now NCM has taken the responsibility of that. Outcastling every team coming their way.
They've gone back to the drawing board and selected the right players. They have a mixed balance of each and every player.
Oh, this could be a run out. Oh, what have you done there, Nasser? He could have dislodged the bails at the batting end and Ravija could have been caught short. But instead wanted to throw at the bowler's end. Didn't probably observe that Ravija was short. And there you can see Haroon telling him. It's like there was a rat in the neighborhood, but you went on looking for another city.
Also smiles around in the com box as well as in the field for that brain fade from Nasser Hussain. Nonetheless, one more delivery here to finish things off. Ravija gets a boundary finally. It's the end of over number 8. Kuwait Swedish are 81 for the loss of 4 wickets.
That was a powerful strike. Shahrukh just getting out of the way. Look at that once more. A closer look. Powerfully struck. Final 2 overs remaining. Good fielding there from the supporters as well. NCM looks like they're training everybody. Probably have another team digged in. They've already got 2-1 in the challenges as well. Yeah. Batting summary. Yasin Patel has to be the top scorer for me. 40 from 21. Ravija 27 from 18 now. Asanka 1 from 3. 81 for the loss of 4 wickets. 2 overs now. And 70 from 12.
Let's just say it's the end for the Kuwait Swedish from here on.
So they need to hit 12 ball, 12 sixes. If they do that, it will be history.
In any league around the world. So it's Shafiq to finish things off for him as well from the garden end. 5 runs in that first over. He's going to bowl to Asanka Silva on strike. 3 men in the deep on the onside. That's some serious space from Shafiq. Has a throw directed. We'll have seen the back of Asanka Silva. It's only a run there. So now Ravija on strike.
Leg by is the signal there from the umpire, Ridwan Parkar. 82 for the loss of 4 wickets. 69 from 11 now. Even 11 sixes can't win you this game unless and until there is a no ball. Mission impossible here. Here comes Shafiq. And Ravija trying to go for that cheeky shot. Gets the hold of that. 4 runs. That was a gutsy shot against a bowler like Shafiq. He's got some quick pace, but he used the pace of the bowler there. Knew the fielders were rounded up.
So the second time that he's attempted that shot, Ravija. There you see, brilliantly done. Just using the pace and making sure it was away from that shot fine.
Have you ever tried playing that shot?
Never.
Any form of cricket? Gully cricket?
Gully
Must have
cricket,
tried
yes.
at gully cricket, yes.
Yes, for sure.
Tried to go scoop it over the keeper. Although there were no runs behind the back, if I remember.
But with that pace, it's a risky shot to play. He wants to go again just to entice the bowler. And does play towards long off. Straight to Shiraz in the deep.
Shiraz is a very good fielder. No problems for him. Picks it up. Goes for the throw. 64 from 9 now. Who will bowl the final over? Give it to Manjula Prasan, I would say. Let him also have a dig at the bowling here.
It's either going to be Shiraz or Manjula to bowl the final one in.
I think Shiraz might not bowl because if you see the right hand, he's got a bandage on. So he won't be allowed to bowl with the band-aid. So probably that's the reason why he's not bowled.
That's going to be Manjula to finish things off. Just a compliment for him.
He should be.
God bless. So it's 63 of 8 now. Mission impossible and a victory for the NCM. The supporters tuning in. They've been having a close look for that scoreboard. That's played brilliantly from Ravija. It's coming at a losing cause though back in the end of this innings. Brilliant stroke play, a cheeky one towards the fine leg region, and now here playing it in the gap using the pace of Shafiq. Shies away on the onside and then plays it well in the gap. It's the KCC T10, the Ramadan Elite Cup 2024, and certainly 7 deliveries away from NCM having their tag on that precious cup. Oh, Farooq with that dive towards his left. Let's save a couple of runs for his side. Shows you the intent. They do get a 1.
Smiles all around and applauds all around for Farooq. He's a big man. But that diving effort, saving runs. Although they don't have to. But that shows the dedication of this fielding unit of NCM Investment. They've used those 5 bowlers and every one under 12, which shows the difference between the bowling summary of Kuwait Swedish and the NCM Investment. Final over. They're going to go with Adnan. No bowling for Manjula Prasan here. 58 from 6 required. Nasir Hussain had all smiles. Even in the toss time I went there, Jason, he was very relaxed. Didn't seem any pressure with the finals on. Captain cool. I haven't seen him angry at any occasion. He's a very, very calm captain. That's what you like in a captain. Backs his players quite a lot. Have you seen him angry anytime? Very rarely.
Very rare for me to watch as well. I've never
And
seen
so
him
is
being
Usman.
angry.
Usman is also very calm and composed captain. Oh, that's going to be a big hit. No, there is a fielder, Shiraz. He takes it. Another wicket goes. Adnan strikes. It's the 5th wicket down for 93 on the board.
So the innings of Ravija finally comes to an end. Shiraz taking a good catch in the deep. Is well aware of the boundary line behind him. Ravija walks for 37 or 23. We'd have certainly liked some more up the order together with Adnan Idris. Not going his way. It was a full toss, advancing down the ground. It have got a little bit more power. It would have been a 6, no doubt. He's a tall man, Shiraz. But in the end, he takes it. So during the toss, it was visible from the body language of Usman that losing the toss, he was not quite there, because I'm sure had he won the toss, he would have elected to bat as well. With the form that his team is in right throughout the league stages, and Adnan and Ravija firing right up the order.
But at the toss time, you have to have that fake smile on. Don't have to show the opposition party of what you feel. If you remember that Rohit Sharma also, while the toss, when he lost against Australia in the finals, he said that doesn't matter to me the toss. But yes, internally he knew that affected them. And chasing is sometimes tricky, especially when you give away runs. Yeah, if the equation was they were chasing 120, things would have been very different. There is sometimes a par score and then there's above par. And we know at the back of the minds that, yes, this has slipped a few inches. And then when you lose early wickets, that's where I think the game trembles for you. I
think 120 would have been a good score to come back and chase. That's slightly 30 runs extra in that final over, as you said correctly some while ago. That the momentum with which they went. Here Asanka is gone. That's a 6. Adnan keeping it slightly shorter with that length, and there was no hesitation for Asanka to play that away. It's just 3 more deliveries here to finish things off. It was around that good length region, not quite short. But stand up and deliver it was for Asanka Silva.
I think it was too much of time given to the batsman to go for that reach and go for the big shot. Here comes the 4th delivery. 100 is up. There is another one. This time even bigger. Second 6 of the bowler. 45 now required from 2 deliveries. Asanka trying to chip in as many runs as he can.
It's also from Adnan. He's giving it away. This time a little bit quick, but right underneath the bat. It was straight. Tossed up.
Too much of time here for the batsman. I think he has to go a little quicker through the air. That is better. That will be a single there in the deep. So final delivery. Do we have the NCM investment lining up?
I don't see them though, because they're very much contented. The dugout is pretty much relaxed. They are happy. Let's see the final one.
So the final delivery coming up. Hit on strike. And he's trying to go for the big shot. Hasn't quite got the connection. Khalik takes the catch. Adnan strikes. It's the end of the finals, Jason. Kuwait Swedish have been outcastled by NCM Investment by a fair margin. They were dominant with the bat. The heroics of Nasir, Manjula Prasan with the ball. It was Harun who gave them that quick succession. Well backed by Khalik to get rid of the batter Usman, and then nothing seemed to work there. And celebrations in the dugout of NCM Investment. All smiles for them. You got to feel bad for the Kuwait Swedish side. They were winning, unbeaten, but they are beaten when it mattered the most. That's the end. Handshakes all around. And a heartbreak for Kuwait Swedish.
Certainly their heartbreak it is. They won all the matches in the league stages. In the finals was shot. There you see the NCM Investment won the finals by 43 runs. They batted first, 150 on the board. Manjula Prasanna, the star batter, 76 of 28. Nasser chipped in quickly and get them the start. 29 of 11. Nimish as well, handy 24 runs with Nawaf 12. In the bowling for Kuwait Swedish, Adnan Idris, 2 wickets for 11 in his 2. Yasin 1 for 19. Sumon no wicket, 28 in his 2. And Elias 41 in his 2 overs.
Well, Kuwait Swedish 107 for the loss of 6 in their 10 overs. Harun gave them the start, 2 for 15 and 2. Adnan 2 for 25 in his 2. Khalik 1 for 23. Yasin gave some sparks, but couldn't convert into a big 140 from 21. Ravija 37 from 23. And Asanka 15 not out from 8. A victory for the NCM investment by 43 runs to be the crown champions of the KCC T10 Elite Ramadan Cup 2024, powered by Al Muzaini Exchange. A big congratulations to the NCM investment and hard luck to Kuwait Swedish. That's it from the night, viewers. A very good night. Be safe.